welcome back to Pokemon Emerald. So last episode we got here to Moss Deep City and went and tried to catch some new Pokemon, went up to the Shell Cave. Unfortunately we didn't get very much new. Since last episode you may have noticed I moved, I just basically flew back to Moss Deep. Put Water, my new Pokemon, in the computer because I already have a grass type and it doesn't really learn any flying type moves, so it's not all that useful as a flying type Pokemon unfortunately. And I healed up my team and I said I'd look for some routes where I can catch new Pokemon. I think currently, I know there's definitely two that look accessible on the map, but I'm not sure if I was just checking if Luxus was out first. I think we can get to, we can get to Route 127 right here. I'm not too sure if we can get to Route 126. I don't think there's anything currently blocking us, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Oh, we got the Eon. Oh my gosh, can we do the Latios event then? Oh, this is crazy. I'm gonna have to look into this. I've never done this before. The Eon ticket is basically an event item, if you don't know, which unlocks the Latias event in the normal games, but we got it as a random item. I wasn't expecting that. And guess what? Another electric type Pokemon. I mean, I quite like Magnetric. It's a cool Pokemon. It's electric type. I like electric types. The more thunders there are, the better. But I mean, yeah, I shouldn't have killed it, but I was trying to use a move that wasn't very effective. Electric isn't very effective against electric, right? I don't think I saw it in the text there. But anyway, we want to head up to Route 126. How do we get there from here? I think we've got to try and sneak our way around quite a few trainers actually. I'll just show you on the map. Currently we were on 124 to get to Moss Deep, Route 125 up to the Shoal Cave, 127, and we should be around 126 very soon, but I think there's a whole bunch of rocks up here which block us up from coming straight down, so we have to come this way where I know there are quite a few trainers and I'm going to have to avoid them. So let's just see if we can get there and possibly not run into trainers because I definitely want to save them until later when I actually explore this area. I'm just desperate for new team members. Let's just speed through these because we don't really want... oh, here we go. Okay, so no trainers. Let's catch a Pokemon. Please be a good one. Please. Because after this I have very, very few routes which I can catch new Pokemon on. And that was going to mean I'm going to have a very limited typing to my team. Ooh! What's that? It's a Kabuto. It's rock water. The Kabuto opposite is rock water. I always forget what the typing is. That's actually not too bad. I mean, we have a water type, in fact we have a water ground type which is incredibly similar. But I mean, it's a different typing. It's one we don't have for once. I don't want to accidentally kill it, so it's part rock type, so I'm thinking cut might do a little enough damage because I don't think we're going to be able to catch it right off the bat here. I can try it. Here we go. Come on, stay in the ball. I doubt you will do. There we go. Yeah, I don't think we have a chance there. So I think I'm just going to have to use cut and hope it doesn't die. That's the one good thing about having cut as a HM move. Oh, okay, it actually does very little. Cut's usually just like such a pain to have in your moveset. It just takes better way more damage than I thought it would. Critical hit. I'm so glad that was very lucky. It definitely could have taken it out. Let's use another one. Hopefully catch you this time. I might use it on my team, but I definitely still need freaking flying type Pokemon, which I don't have. It's still not staying in the ball. Ooh, that's interesting. Let's just probably speed through this. Keep spamming. There we go. Okay, I didn't expect it to take too long. Let me think of a name here. I don't quite know what I'm going to do. I spent longer than I'd like to admit researching and looking up and thinking of a name, and I could not think of one. So I'm going to go with the first one that I thought of, which was Moss, because it's a rock water Pokemon. So, not 3S, like Moss. I'll just call it Moss. What ability does it have? I think I'm going to have to compromise with my team though, because, oh, it was on 1 HP! That's ridiculous. So look. Dreadful ability. You know what, actually? I think one of my other team members, well, one of the Pokemon in the computers, has either minus or plus. So if I have like these two, maybe I could use them. Yeah, I'm gonna have to compromise here. I'm probably gonna have to add Spearow to my team. And I know I didn't want to, just because it's a... Not that I forgot how to use my patrols now, because I'm a genius. I don't know. I'm definitely gonna have to compromise somewhat with my team, because what routes can I actually go to from now? We could try going to 1 to 8, even 129 or 130. Like I said, I'm not sure if we can get there, but I'm pretty sure we can, maybe. I don't think there's any more routes. Oh dear. You know what? We should try to get there. I want to see if I can't. Oh, a Ladium. See if I can't get there without running into trainers, but I don't want to stop recording in case I do run into a trainer. Are we? Here's the White Rocks of I want to say Dover because it's such a famous phrase. The White Rocks of Sotapula City. I always pronounce it incorrectly. Oh, oops. Where are we now with respect to... I think I'm going in the wrong direction. I am. We need to go down and around, or around and down, should I say. I might put a rappel up, because this can... Yeah, I'm putting a rappel up. Although it is going to be obnoxious trying to run into a Pokemon after this. We have 18 though, it's fine. So, there we go. Might take me a while to find the route as well. Just don't want to be running into train. Ah, it's not open to us yet. I'm pretty sure that's where we go down, right? Unless it's just 127. That's where we've been. Oh no, it's around and down here. Just don't run into trainers. You're gonna turn as soon as... Yes! Okay, I got past you. Come on! There we go, let's see what we get. In fact, I'll just skip ahead to when I run out of rappel. Here we are. Come on. I should probably just skip ahead until I run into a Pokemon, because this is taking a while for some reason. Maybe I should fish. Come on, please be a good Pokemon. We'll only be getting like grass and electric and fire type Pokemon. And Pokemon we already had. Another coughing. What? It's a type that we don't have. But obviously, I'm a genius enough to have killed the last one I had. Or the last one I came across. So I guess we could use it, but it's not anything amazingly useful for money. Oh, we caught it. What shall we call you? Let me also take some time off to think of a name for this. Not going to promise that it's going to help at all. Prepare yourself for the best nickname you've ever heard. Smoggle. Basically, I was thinking... Oh, I couldn't think of another nickname if you couldn't tell. I'm not good with nicknames today, apparently. Well, I'm not good usually, but especially today. I was thinking Smog, because I just couldn't think of anything else. It's just the typical nickname. But I didn't want to give it a typical nickname. So I was thinking, you know what, it particularly reminds me of a Team Rocket, because do we want to actually go to the Route 119? Just try every single route. We want to put another rappel up though. It reminds me of Team Rocket, and Team Rocket smuggle things, because they're bad guys. I mean, Team Rocket members use it, that's why it reminds me of them. So yeah, that's where my weird, crazy thoughts came from for that. I don't think Route 119's too far away from here. Oh, 129, here we go. Oh, don't run team. So this should be good. But let me just speed up so I can get rid of the rappel. And also, I was thinking it sort of sounded like Snuggle. It was kind of cute. It was original. That was just... It's original at least, so you at least give me that. Let's see what we're into now. Tyrogue. I was going to say we had one of these before, but we had a Hitmontop before. Two similar Pokemon. Again, not the most complimentary to my team. I'm being super critical here. It's level 9 though, what the heck? That is... I will probably go off their abilities, but I'm probably going to have to add two Pokemon to my team this episode. It really wasn't me wanting to be caught there. Okay, let me think of another nickname. I mean, I've had a bad run so far, but maybe I can come up with something good this time. Oh, it just keeps getting better. Or it just keeps getting better. Because that's the name of a fighting fish from Asia, because I was looking up Japanese fighting styles, trying to think up names, because apparently today my brain's not working, so I'm really resorting. I don't usually resort to the internet. I tend to just like to think of my own names, but I just couldn't think. And everything that came up was about fighting fish. And I was just like, what? Why can't I find any Japanese like fighting styles? I mean, the sumo wrestling things. I was just trying to think of specific names. I don't remember whether like kung fu and things are from China or other places. So I just wanted to like double check. I'm pretty sure there are a few different styles and maybe ones I hadn't heard of before. But I came across all the search results were these fighting fish, and I caught it in the ocean. So I thought it was quite fitting that I called it, or that I named it after the fighting fish, which the actual name was Betta, or colloquial alternative name is Betta. I don't quite know what I just sort of read briefly because I don't have very much time. But sticky hold prevents item theft, which is quite ironic because it's a Thai rogue, and rogues are Pokemon, or not Pokemon, just rogues are people or whatever you'd associate with stealing items, so that's quite funny. Pickup, which is just in fact, unless the items you pick up are randomized, but I don't think they are going to be. But if they are randomized, then oh my god, that could be the best ability ever. Immunity, not too great. That's quite interesting there. Barbocha's Levitate of all abilities. Speed boost. That is a pretty good move, actually. Ability, should I say. So I'm probably going to have to have a think, team-wise, is who I want to add to my team. There are a few areas I still have to go to, but I want to at least add someone to my team, and I'm being too big. I just want a balanced team. I need to do some grinding and leveling up with a Pokemon, so I'll be right back, and I've made a better decision. Welcome back. If you're wondering why I'm sighing, it's because I'm having to post-narrate this. I apologise. For some reason, DX Storage decided to change my settings, which set to be preset settings. I don't even know. So yeah, I'm having to post-narrate this whole 20-minute bit. So I apologise about that. So basically, I decided to choose Polymer to add to my team because of the fact, well, I had a few different reasons, which I'll get into just in a second, because I have plenty of time to talk now because of post-narrating this. But you'll notice I did a bit of a different montage grinding thing. I decided I wanted to try to do something that was a bit more editing. Was a bit more professionally edited. It wasn't professionally edited at all. It was sort of just thrown together. But I wanted something that would look cool rather than just me flying through with super speed, because I think I've done that in the past before and you've not been able to see what's going on. It's not been really. And I like to show all the battles to show I'm not cheating or anything, but it's better just to I think what I did was better. Maybe I could put some music to it or make it more fun somehow in the future. But I would like to progressively get better at doing things. Like I know definitely at the moment, looking at my sidebars and quite a few things on my channel, I'd like to change them a lot because I know I've got a bit better, but they were a bit rushed at the start. But anyway, so I chose Polymer for my team. In fact, am I gonna? No, I think that's what's the moment. So I chose Polymer for my team. I had a few different options, but I think my thought process was, because I was being an absolute derp, when I was deciding this, is that I wanted Blizzard or Ice Beam or just an Ice type move so I could battle Drake, not thinking that it's a randomizer and Drake's not just gonna have Dragon type Pokemon. But besides the point, I think it's useful to have a wide coverage of moves, and I think Ice type moves are going to be very useful because Dragon types are of course the strongest Pokemon, and they can just appear, and it's going to be useful just to have an Ice type Pokemon, I think, or at least Pokemon with Ice type moves. And therefore, really, the only Pokemon that could only learn Ice type moves were the Water type Pokemon that I had in my computer. So that was just to get extra coverage, because I think every other type that was in my computer I already had on my team, or I think I had a fighting type as well, Tyrogue, but at the time I wasn't really thinking about all the Pokemon being randomized, but Blizzard and Ice Beam was sort of what I was going for. And also I wanted a Psychic Pokemon that could use Psychic, and there were a few Pokemon that I think could learn. I can't even remember now because I'm not showing you from the computer or whatever, because I did that in the episode, but I cut that out because obviously I mean just going through the computer, not talking. Oh, I'm showing you this now. I was supposed to finish to talk about this before this point. Basically, I decided I wanted to go for Politoed because it was special attacking. So I gave it the King's Rock, hoping that because I changed the ROM just so that basically you have a setting where you can put the ability where traded Pokemon, traded evolution Pokemon will evolve normally through leveling up when you're holding this specific item or whatever. However, Poliwhirl already evolves into Poliwrath through the Water Stone, and it didn't look like it was gonna. It was level 36 already. It didn't look like it was going to evolve through leveling. So I was thinking maybe you could try the Water Stone, and it didn't work. So I ended up with the Poliwrath, not a Toad, because I wanted a Politoed because it was more of a special attacker, and it had good stats. The other Pokemon didn't really have good special attacking stats, which is why I chose Polymer. I also wanted, I think, Dive and all the water type moves I'm definitely going to need. I don't want to put them all on Gorgeous, so I need someone to take up the Water HM, so I think it's a good addition. I'm kind of sad that I didn't get to have Politoed on my team, because that's definitely what I wanted. I mean, obviously I'm being a bit picky with my team, but these are all Pokemon I haven't used before. I'm just trying to do my best as a Pokemon trainer to create a balanced team of Pokemon that are pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's got a fighting type as well, so I guess that I can't complain. And its special attack and physical attack, strangely, are quite similar. You'd think the physical attack was much higher, but it actually isn't, so that's not ridiculously bad. It can be sort of a split special attacker, physical attacker. Can probably still give it Psychic or whatever. So yeah, I was going to go into the gym this episode. I was thinking maybe not completing it, but I just sort of got carried away with what I was doing. So I was actually hoping to get another episode up today. This was supposed to go up this morning, and I was supposed to do another one now, but I just sort of rage quit when I figured out this whole 20-minute section just didn't have audio. I was just like, no. So yeah, I had to post narrate it all, and the editing took a while this episode. I hope it's okay. If you have any suggestions, feel free to leave them. I also gave Polymer Surf. I didn't teach it any TMs just yet, just because of the fact that it was still a little bit lower than the rest of my team. I did grind it up a bit, but I thought it was a decent level to go against opponents, but I didn't want to sort of risk using up my TMs on it and then it dying and just not having the TMs anymore, because they are pretty important moves to have, I think. But yeah, I did go down around all the routes towards Sotopolis. I don't know how to pronounce that city. I've never known how to pronounce the city. Around Moss Deep, I didn't go all the way to Pacific Log. I think there's a few routes at the bottom. At the end of this episode, I think I go through the routes which I still have left to do. So I'll get to that when that comes around. And there's still a few routes I can get Pokemon on. I was thinking maybe I could get Pokegen or whatever. I've used things before. I don't quite remember what's for what, what's for which game or whatever. But we're changing Polymer into a Politoed because I had a King's Rock. I feel like it's only fair. I really wanted a Politoed because it's a Pokemon I've never really used, and I absolutely love the shiny. I think it's my favourite shiny Pokemon because it's just got such a good, like, the colour, it's like a light blue and pink. And normally I wouldn't think that was a good combination, but after seeing it on Politoed, I'm just like, wow, that works so well. I think it's the only shiny Pokemon that has colours that work better than its original, and the green's pretty cool anyway, because I'm quite fond of green. Anyway, I'm just rambling about nothing now. I was going to say something. I've completely forgotten what it was though. Something came into my mind, but completely lost what it was. I'm going to have to get some more Pokemon though, definitely in future episodes, and hopefully add them to my team and whatnot. So at this point, I think in the episode I talked about how I absolutely loved this puzzle, because this is a really clever puzzle actually. It's one of the more stereotypical sort of things you find in this generation, in the Hoenn region. And I think I was talking about the Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire games because obviously they come out tomorrow. And yeah, I've not finished this Let's Play before they come out. So what I said I was going to try and do is finish this by the end of the week, by Sunday, because I actually don't have any time this weekend, but maybe I can make some time. I'm going to try to make that happen. I don't know if I can. I just suddenly had a bunch of coursework and work thrown on me at uni this week, which is just like, I'm just like, great, I plan to do things this week, but no, I've just got to do coursework. More Regirocks and Registeels. If you didn't see in the montage thing before, I dealt with a Registeel pretty well, I think. I think we're getting to the point in the game where the bane of our existence is actually now tolerable. Well, apart from, the X-Story not recording. But yeah, I was talking about the puzzles, because apparently I was reading up on something this morning, which said, an article review of Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire, that they kept in like hidden secrets and puzzly things that were in Generation 3, which I really like, because that's something I've always loved from Generation 3. Also, just to reference what you're actually seeing on the screen now, because I haven't talked about it at all. Just going through the gym, and there's two sections. I think I actually mentioned this in the video. On that side, you unlock. This side, you. The left-hand side, you go to get to the gym leader, and this side, which was the right-hand side, you go to unlock the way to get to the gym leader, which I thought was a really clever way of doing it, because it's just clever, because you've got to go, it makes you go all the way through it and figure all the things out and make you do it, complete it thoroughly, despite the fact it's not being the route you have to take to get to there. I don't know, and I also think you can do some clever things where you can navigate through it, where you don't have to battle all the trainers, which is something I really loved. But at the time I was saying I just want to battle them anyway, so I'm not going to bother doing all that. But that's something I've always loved about the Emerald. It's either you're intelligent enough to not have to battle them, which means you're probably good enough at the game to not need the experience, or you aren't intelligent enough to notice that you can get past them without battling them, and you get extra experience. So it's like a win-win situation, I think. And it just sort of, it actually takes some intelligence, I think, to work these out, like compared to the other games. There's a lot of puzzles that take you a while to work out, especially, I mentioned this before, the Reggie puzzle at the end. I love that so much. And there's something I've really missed in the Pokemon series, I think, and I wish they did more of. In particular, I do like the HMs out of battle, which is in the thingamajig, the Reggie area at the end, using the HMs out of battle to sort of navigate around and sort of manipulate your environment. I've always loved that about the Hoenn region. And despite the fact that was a complaint, that the HMs were complained by IGM, I feel like, though, stuck in the middle too much, the HMs aren't useful enough out of battle. Like, they don't do enough. I think you could have much more HMs, but not actually let them be required. So basically have HMs out of battle that aren't necessary but are useful for getting around quicker, or like you can ride on Pokemon. I think that'd be really cool, and that's something they definitely should implement. Or puzzles you've got to work out, and there's different ways you can do it with different HMs, and or just different moves in general. I think that would be a really cool thing. So we found Tay and Lisa, and we're going to battle them now. I mentioned that in the episode because Hoenn's amazing text. I think Hoenn as well is definitely different for its text. It's got its own sort of sense of humour, mature sort of. It has more. It has something that an older audience can appreciate, I think. And they actually send out a very appropriate Pokemon, Espeon and a Golduck, which a Golduck's not psychic, but it really should be part psychic type, because I always thought that just Psyduck was just a water type, which evolved into Golduck, which was part psychic, because obviously they both look psychic, and Psyduck is Psyduck. But Psyduck was meant to be the developed Pokemon that hasn't unlocked its full potential yet, and its full potential is supposed to come out with Golduck, and it has a gem on its head. It's a psychic duck thing that's not actually psychic. But yeah, it fits to the team. And I have Espeon. Espeon was my favourite Pokemon for a long time, and it probably still is. Maybe along with some of the Pokemon like Thunder, of course. I couldn't miss the opportunity to use Thunder there. Because of the fact that Espeon used Rain Dance, but of course the Golduck ruined it using Hail. I got very excited when my opponent set up the rain for me while I had Luxus out. It was quite ironic. Although Espeon I think does use another Rain Dance again, so I can always hit with Thunder. I found that quite amusing. I was also mentioning that I probably should add someone with Rain Dance to my team. I know I had Drizzle on Cheshire, my Shuppet before, but of course, unfortunately, I lost Cheshire, and that was a really good combination with Luxus. But now that I have Gorgeous, a water type Pokemon, Polymer, another water type Pokemon, Luxus with Thunder, I think it would be useful to have a Pokemon just use Rain Dance, even if it's not Drizzle, because I doubt I'm going to get another Drizzle on a Pokemon, because out of all the abilities, having another Pokemon on the very few routes that I've got left with Drizzle, that's also a Pokemon that I'm going to be able to implement on my team correctly, is very low. So yeah, I think Rain Dance will be very useful on at least one of my Pokemon, maybe at some point. Mini Maxie does get a debuff. Is that what you call it? A negative effect from the rain, because the fire type moves are weakened. So that's something to take into consideration. But yeah, how long? I was just double checking the time I've got left, because I'm trying to time everything correctly, but I've completely failed at that. So whatever. So yeah, I should be getting a Make Ruby on Saturday. Can't even talk. Just as long as the store has some left in it. They also sent out Articuno, which is quite interesting, and I can also use Thunder. I get as effective and hit directly because of the fact that it's raining. And Espeon come just surviving then, which is quite impressive. Because obviously Espeon's very. Oh, my screen's just gone off. I apologise. I don't think that affected the recording. I went idle for too long on my computer. My screen went off. It didn't go on standby. It's just when your screen goes off. Didn't consider that at all. But yeah, hopefully I'll be able to get it on Saturday. I don't have enough time tomorrow because I'm in uni all day tomorrow. I'm just going to try and get the coursework done that needs to be getting done, which I haven't done enough of. That's sort of why I haven't been able to get much of this done. Generally because it's coursework that is sort of independent learning kind of thing. And, well, it basically ended up being independent learning because it was online lectures they put online, that my lecturer put online, and we didn't get taught at all, but the online lectures don't relate to the work at all, which is ridiculous. I mean, why would you do that? Can't you just... I don't know, I'm not going to complain about it. I've complained about it enough already. But yeah, I need to get all that done, so I'm not going to be able to get into town or the city centre in time tomorrow. and therefore it's going to be on Saturday, so hopefully I can get it. But it does come out tonight, so if you're getting it at midnight in Europe, in fact, I imagine most of my viewers are probably from America. There's no point me saying that if I have very many viewers. So yeah, we got the badge and we beat them, and Espeon lasted till the end because Espeon is the best, of course. I also quite like Meowile. I think that's possibly becoming one of my more favourite Pokemon. So we get TM4 as well, which is Carmine, I think. Oh yeah, I'm not good with my TMs. I just remember from recording it this morning. Special attack, special defense. Yeah, I knew that. I think here I get into the map in a minute. I just don't want to start talking about anything else and quickly needing to switch from what I'm saying into this because nearly finishing off. But there are a few more routes. I don't remember which ones exactly, but I will get them in just 1 second. Oh, this is so bad. I apologise about this, by the way, if I haven't said that enough already. This isn't going well. And can we get the map up? Maybe. Here we go. Come on past me. Open the Pokenav. Not the Pokedex, the Pokenav. Yeah, I remember I was screwing up trying to look for the Pokenav for some reason. Anyway, home map, there we go. So, down here I think I haven't been at all. So, 129, and I don't think I've been to. I need to double check that. No, I have been to that, I think, maybe. But I need to go down to 130, 131, and 132. Also, there's the Rayquaza area up there, which is the Rayquaza Tower, which I can catch another Pokemon as well. So that's like 4 routes, I think. And Totbula City. I think there's a water area in there, so that's another 5 areas. But then it's very limited. I think there's possibly 2 in Evergrande City, 1 outside of it, and 1 in the cave. I don't know whether I'm going to count that as 1 area or 2. So that's not very many at all. I don't think there's any other places. There's the desert underpass, but I don't know when that appears. Should we have already done that already? I don't know. But yeah, there's not too many areas left. Oh, I was also mentioning, I think there's at least a couple routes here. 104, 105, 106, maybe. I don't think we got 106. Anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.